I'm nervous. Okay. I'm nervous for this one. I'm nervous. Okay. Okay, so I am super nervous for this project. I really don't know why, because I've worked with all these materials before in the past, and I know how to do this and how to execute this. I'm just super nervous. So let's rewind and do some backstory time. So long ago, clear back when my husband and I were in high school, I believe our first or second Valentine's Day together, I had given my husband, at the time, boyfriend, the best gift ever. It's the peak of my gift giving. And anyway, so I want to recreate that gift, kind of. So what the gift was is I went to the thrift store and I found this little cute fish tank. Sadly, it did get a chip when we moved cross country, but anyway, I found this exact same fish tank, and as you can see, I painted all these cute hearts on it and put the ribbon on it, and I filled it up with my husband's favorite candy, Swedish fish. So this whole entire jar was filled with, I did count back then and I tried to remember, it was like 500 and I want to say 27 fish. I might be wrong, but anyway, I filled up the whole entire jar with Swedish fish. And yes, I know I just bought a bag of Swedish fish for this project and I could fill it up with Swedish fish, but I want to preserve that memory and always have this jar filled up with Swedish fish. So I also went online and found an Etsy, ooh, drop that, whatever that was. I went online and found a Etsy shop that sells molds of food items. It's called LA Molds, L-A-L-A Molds. I will leave a link to their Etsy shop down below, but they have Swedish fish, animal crackers, graham crackers, the little Teddy Grahams. I think they even have Cheez-It and the smelly fish cheese crackers. Yeah, they have everything. When it comes to goldfish, that's what the other one's called. They have literally everything. I think they even have candy corn or licorice and anything. So if you want to make replicas of food, they have it. They also have food, sorry, they have food safe molds and non-food safe molds. I got non-safe food molds, but they were actually super nice, and I'm not sponsored by them. I just recommend them because that's where I got these from. And I purchased one mold, and it literally, I got a Swedish fish from the bag and stuck it in, and it is legit the perfect match. It even says on all the fishes Swedish fish, even though you'll probably not be able to see that because these molds are tiny. But anyway, it fits the small Swedish fish. So now I have two molds that are 12 fishes a piece. So this is gonna take me a while. If I can only do 24 fish, 48 hour time frame, because that's how long the resin I have, because I'm gonna fill these up with red resin that hopefully will be the exact same color of red as the Swedish fish. And yeah, I can only make 24 in a 24 48 hour time frame. And I have to make 520 some odd. So this is gonna take me a few days, and I'm gonna bring you along for the adventure. So first up, I need to clean this tank. I do not plan on repainting the hearts. I know the hearts are coming off, but A, I don't have any acrylic paint, and B, I want to keep the hearts. So first off, let's clean this tank and refresh these ribbons if we can. So I'll meet you at my desk. So first things first, I am going to clean up this jar with a damp rag, just a damp water rag. And I'm just gonna wipe around, hopefully all the hearts and everything. So. Okay, I feel like the jar is looking much cleaner and better now overall. I do need to redo these curls, but I feel like I might save that till the end. So let's set this jar off to the side for later on. So right now I have these two molds out, and what I'm going to use is this silicone measuring cup. I have two of these. This one's just not as cute. It's a little more well used and loved. The resin I have is an equal part AB resin. So I'm going to figure out how much each one of these molds take by filling it up with water and then dumping it in here. That way I can see how high it is and fill up equal parts A, 2, and B. And that should be enough to cover up both molds. I'll probably do a little bit extra. And then I'm going to add some food coloring and mix it in, hopefully to get the color of red that I need. I pulled out a fish. Actually, I pulled out two different fishes because this one I pulled in and out of the mold so many times it's all cracked and sad looking. So pull the fresh one out so we can hopefully get the right color of red. So first step, let's fill up one of these molds with water. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a great start, great start. Great start, Raven, great start. Oh yeah, this is gonna be scary. This is going to be so much fun when we get to the resin stage. Yeah, that one's already bubbled over. Okay, whatever, it's okay. Just gives us a little extra more resin to work with. Okay, so one mold's filled. That should give us what we need for A. We're gonna move that off to the side. And somehow, very carefully pick this up. Oh, I did not think this one through, did I? I need like a piece of cardboard underneath it or something. Okay, we're gonna just pour this over the edge of the desk. We'll go out of camera shot. One mold. Oh no, we spilled a little bit. That's close enough. We'll just add a bit more for safekeeping. Now, because most resins don't like water, we're gonna make sure this dries fully. Also, I will leave in the description below the resin that I'm using, in case you guys do like it and want to use it yourself. It is an easy resin. The only thing I have a hard time with is it didn't come with very well instructions. It's just like mix equal part A and equal part B together and mix. But it doesn't tell you for how long and blah, blah, blah. Luckily I've worked with other resins in the past and I know what I'm doing, or at least I think I do. So this looks like I will need about 30 millimeters of part A and 30 millimeters of part B, because that is where it's reaching on this side. Anyway, so this is going to be a little interesting because this container's gotten a little derpy over time, but what I normally like to do is mix part A and then part B up to the line, but as you can see, this one's not set right anymore. And then mix A for 2 minutes, mix B for 2 minutes, pour A into B because B is the hardener, and so you would rather have more hardener. Does not sound right coming out of my mouth. Hardener. We would like to have more of it than less. But anyway, I pour it in there, scrape as much as I can off the side into this, and then mix this for 2 to 3 minutes. Obviously that's probably not going to go the route because I won't be measuring the right consistency between A and B because this container has seen better days. So what I'm going to probably do is mix equal parts A and B in here. Oh, that sounds like so bad. This is going to probably work out so bad. I'm going to mix equal parts A and B in here and stir them together for the 3 minutes, and hopefully everything will all work out and it won't bite me in the butt. And then I'll probably mix in a few drops of red at the end to see how this goes. So first off, let me change my desk. Okay, so I kind of forgot to tell you guys, I'm working on a baking sheet. Let's see if I can get this glove on. I am working on a baking sheet that I've lined with parchment paper, just to protect my baking sheet. And I have like something that's easily movable. Also off camera, I put equal parts A and B, and we are up to the, not 60, I'm up to 50. Okay, I guess we'll put B in real quickly. Okay, now we're up to equal parts A and B. Would help if I know how to do basic math. Raven, helps if you know how to do basic math. Anyway, so like I said, I have a baking sheet lined with a couple layers of parchment paper just to keep my baking sheet safe. I now have plastic gloves on. Off camera, I put equal parts A and B in here. And now I'm going to stir. I put gloves on to protect my hands because once you get resin on your hands, it's a crap pain to get that off. I know, like, if you use rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer, alcohol-based hand sanitizer, you can use those to get it off, but it's still not always easy. Or fingernail polish remover too. I've heard fingernail polish remover, acetone gets it off too. But anyway, I'm going to mix for the next 3 minutes. Oh, and I put an apron on to protect my dress. But anyway, I'm going to stir for the next 3 minutes and I'll bring you back when I'm done. So a couple of things I forgot to tell you. One is you should have your resin between like 70 and 80 degrees. Mine is obviously not, and you can tell when it's not, when it's too cold, because it bubbles like crazy. And mine has tons and tons of bubbles in it, which sucks, but we will remedy that problem in just a bit. Anyway, and now that I've mixed equal parts A and B, it's kind of a little too late. It's going to heat up anyway, but it's a little too late to get it to that 70-80 degrees. So do that beforehand and don't make my mistake. Also, when stirring, make sure you scrape the walls and the bottom every so often, just to make sure you get everything and you incorporate everything together. So, now we made the mistake of bubbles. Okay, let's put 1 drop. I can't believe we're gonna get resin all over this food coloring. Let's try 1 drop of red and see if that's the right color of red we want. It looks like a no. Yeah. Let's go with 2 drops. I mean, it looks pretty red when it's all together as a whole, but when pouring it off the side, I don't think it's the red I want. So let's go 2 and hopefully not regret this choice. Ooh. Oh, another thing is this container, it's a silicone container. I will list like everything I'm using in the description below. But it's nice to have a silicone one because then when the silicone dries and you mix it correctly, unlike this one where I did it so many times and didn't peel off the layers so many times they've gotten stuck. But anyway, if you mix it correctly and you let it dry and peel it off every single time, you can reuse these over and over again. Don't be like me and let the resin sit and reuse it over and over and over and over again. And let the resin fully dry before using it again and again. Okay, that looks a little darker, but pouring it looks about right. So as a whole is too dark, but pouring it looks about right. So 2 drops of food coloring to 60 milliliters of resin. I don't want to play this game. I'm so nervous. What if this isn't the right color red and I have to do this all over again? Oh, terrifying, terrifying. Not feel like that. Okay, so we got a little pour nozzle. Let's pour it into these molds. Oh, I don't know if that's the right color red. That's gonna look a little pink. Oh. I don't feel like that's the right color red. It looks too pink. Let's try this again. Stay food coloring. Okay. Oh, I think that might be more the right color red. I still don't think it's gonna be quite right. Okay. Also, oh, that one's overfilled. Oh, I'm second guessing myself. Oh, this is gonna be like too clear. I feel like this is gonna end up being too clear. Oh, I don't know if I like this. Okay. And I have a little bit of resin to spare. I'm just gonna leave that off to the side. I'm gonna sacrifice these 2 fishies. I mean, yeah, it might be the right color. They look a little dark now, and I'm worried. Okay, so ways to treat the bubbles. There's a couple different options. You can blow on it with your breath, like open mouth, blow on it, not closed mouth, because closed mouth tends to be cooler air than when you have an open mouth. And that should burst the bubbles. You could use a heat gun. I have a heat gun, but I don't have that with me right now. So I'll have to hurry and run and get that. Or if you're really into this, you can use a pressure cooker. Not a pressure cooker, a pressure pot. It's like a pot that you put it in and you put air in and it pressurizes it and makes all the bubbles come up. Yeah, those 2. So those are your 3 options. So I'm gonna go hurry and find my heat gun and I will be right back. Also, sorry for the color changing and it getting darker as I go. A storm is coming. I always seem to film when there's a storm. Oh no, that didn't film, did it? Oh my gosh, I just used the heat gun to burst all those bubbles and I didn't film it. And I got a flake in that one. Okay, well you're gonna have to trust me or I'm gonna have to do this again on another round of fishes. Crap, I can't believe that happened. Anyway, so I used the heat gun. If you want a crystal clear pour, I recommend 2 things. 1, having your resin the right temperature and not have it cool because otherwise it makes a lot of bubbles. B, if that still bothers you and it's not crystal clear enough, get a pressure pot. Not a pressure cooker, a pressure pot. Those are 2 different things. Get a pressure pot and use that because that will definitely get rid of all your bubbles. Dangerous, but it will work. Don't ever use a pressure cooker on resin. That sounds like a really bad idea. I have no idea how that would happen or how that would work, but I don't recommend it. On the fishies, I don't know if you can see that. There's like this edge here. And I am going to try to sand that off. Okay, this is so hard to do because it's so tiny. There's like nothing to hold on to. Alright, so I don't know how much you saw of that, but it now kind of looks like a real Swedish fish. And then when I go and use the buffer pad and buff this all out, this is the other Swedish fish I've done. It actually looks like a real Swedish fish. It's so exciting. So now I'm gonna go do that with all the Swedish fish. Well, at least this set of 24 dark ones. And I guess we'll just do that every time they get done being resined. We will sand them and then buff them.
Oh, that's adorable.
Does it look like her?
It does. They do have a little bit of powder on them, but...
Yeah, like I said, I have a white powder Patron on them that I kept talking to you about, and I need to talk to these guys about. Don't eat it!
But it looks yummy.
But does it look just like it did when we first,
It really does.
gave it to you?
See, look, it really does.
Look, it's almost all the way full, like the first time.
Yeah, and then you just put some
Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, yeah.
I didn't put it on this time.
It does look like it. I'm so glad you remade that. That's so cool.
Yay!
Man, talk about our teenage years.
Yeah, a long time ago. And you look at it, look, I even have the
The
hippo
hippo.
that we got that around the same time frame too from school.
That's cool. I like that.
I have to go recount how many are in there, but it's a lot. It's not the 500 that I thought it was.
Yeah, but when they're real, they can squish together.
That's true. When they are real, they can squish together.
So...
And then I want to show you this because I know you could problem solve.
Huh.
But so I had like some that were super thin. That was like my second batch that were super thin.
Uh-huh.
And then as you saw, they had like the white powder on some of them. This one's not as bad as some of these other ones in here. Like I should probably pull like that one out. And then that was pretty much it. It's the white powder because I do have air bubbles in some. But
I don't know how to remove the white powder. I don't know what would.
part of me is like, should I clear spray paint them or?
Well, clear will make them shiny again,
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
which we're trying to avoid.
Yeah. But then I saw these ones. Okay, so while I set these all up, I saw these ones. And look how like derpy that one is.
Oh,
or
yeah.
this one or that
Swedish
one.
fish are all kinds of
And
dirt.
so it was like, okay, I guess
So
I'll
that's
eat the derpy one. It was Okay, never mind. Anyway, it made me feel better about my fishies being funny.
Sorry, guys.
It made me feel better about mine being all derpy because they're
Well,
not derpy.
you didn't have one that derpy. Or
That
this
derpy. That was an epic fail, and you just totally ate it. It was a blob. It didn't even look like a fish. It was.
I thought you were just letting me eat it. So I'm like, okay.
It's a bag of Swedish fish. I was saving the derpy ones off to the side to show them. But anyway,
Well,
yeah.
you still got 3 more.
Anyway, so yeah, I gotta figure out the white powder problem, but other than that,
Yeah.
I think that didn't turn out too bad. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah. I do.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
God, this goes big.
I don't know how much of us were cut off at the top of that, but that's okay.
Done it.
But yeah, you love the hearts everywhere and everything.
Oh, I do. It's adorable. Also, it's crooked.
Yeah, I know. We got crooked angles. I'm good at that. Let's do a wrap up here now that hubby is gone. Okay. So you saw his reaction. I'm sorry, I have Swedish fish in my hands. So you saw his reaction. He loves it. I do have the white powdery problem. I haven't discussed that with you guys, but it is something I do need to bring up. Is a lot of the fish looked fine until I went to go buffer them, and then they kind of have like, I don't know if that's gonna pull up on camera. You can't even see on camera. That is crazy. What the heck? Alright, well, I'll have to pull up a shot later on or something. But they kind of have some white powder. You can't see it on camera, but oh my gosh, you could see it in real life. They have white powder on them, and I tried from buffing them and from washing them after being buffed and like everything to try to get this white powder off of them, this whiteness off of them, but I can't get rid of them. So whatever. I mean, it is what it is. We'll have to come up with some idea. I thought about like clear spray painting them, but the clear spray paint is going to make them clear, more see-through, and not opaque like original Swedish fish are. But like I said also when I was telling hubby that I'm kind of okay with them being derpy too, because some of them came out like super thin, like this one came out teeny tiny super thin. It was my second batch. Some of them have like this little watermarks on them. Some of them have bad air bubbles in them. But then I was seeing like the original Swedish fish, and some of them are really derpy. Some of them have giant holes in them too, so that kind of made me feel better about mine looking not perfect. But overall, the whole thing looks like it originally did. It looks like a giant jar full of Swedish fish with cute little hearts over it. I do plan on putting saran wrap over the top of it like I did the original time, just because then it would make it easier to dust and clean down the road, but once I figure out how to fix the whiteness on them. But it looks so cute, and it looks just like it did when the first time I gave it to him. It looks just like it. So, as he sneaks behind the camera, there's still some more Swedish fish. Anyway, so, yeah.
Adorable.
Oh, what?
Adorable.
Yes, adorable. Am I adorable or is this adorable?
Both.
Okay. But it looks, thank you. But I'm happy with it. It looks just like it did, 1.5 million years ago when we had our first Valentine's or second Valentine's Day. And he likes it, which is what really matters, is that he likes it and I like it. So I will never do this project again though. Worst project ever. Making a tons of fish, making tons of resin little fishies, and then sanding them, and then buffing them, and then washing every fish twice was tedious. This was horrible. Like, the annoyance of doing this 400 and I don't know how many times. I'll probably put an insert right here of how many fish are in there. But it got annoying really fast, really quickly, and took up a lot of time because it took me about a minute to buffer each fish. It took me, let's say, it took me about 15 minutes to, make the resin, pour it for a set of 24 fish. Then it took me about a minute to sand each fish, about a minute to buffer each fish, and then I'm assuming about a minute to wash each fish. So doing that 400 some odd times, almost 500 times, over and over and over and over and over again, gets really annoying really fast, really tedious really fast. So I will never do a tedious project like this again, but it was fun. I do love it. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to stay for more projects, not like this one, because this isn't what I normally do. I normally do sewing projects, but every once in a while, I'll do something a little different. But if you want to come back and want to watch me do more projects, sewing projects or cute little resin projects or any other projects, come back. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and hit the notification and all that fun jazz. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye! Okay, I don't know if I'm going to insert this clip in or not. Maybe I'll do it at the end. But this is what I'm talking about. These are the original Swedish fish. Look how big of a hole that one has. This one has like a chunk taken out of it. This one is... I don't know what happened to it. And these aren't even like the ones my husband ate. These are mine. The coloring still came off. Like the thinner ones are more the right coloring, but they are like thin compared to the original fat Swedish fish. They're like literally a quarter or a third of the size. Anyway, so some of them end up being super thin. Some of them end up still like you can still see the scratch marks and the air bubbles. But this is like the white powdery I'm talking about. Let's see if that zooms in. See, there's that white powdery, or then like some of these ones are like this one where they look wet. So this one looks perfectly fine, like it looks great. That's my good example. But yeah, some of them look horrible and some of them look great. So I'm not sure what happened to make them that way. And I am shaky. So, but yeah, I just thought I would show you guys. These are the Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, that's cool.
And then these are the Twizzlers that we got. But anyway, yeah, I had to pull them down because I thought it would be cute to put all
Oh yeah, that's
Twizzlers.
adorable that they're all over that. I should have been like...
Ew.